Hello everybody, I'm John Hindorf and welcome to something truly special. The first ever Michelin 992 Endurance Cup powered by Porsche Motorsport, hosted at the legendary track at Spa-Francorchamps. This iconic circuit has seen countless battles, but nothing quite like this. This is not just another race, it's a groundbreaking event that combines the thrill of sprint racing with the relentless demands of endurance. So, buckle up, turn up the volume and get ready to experience all of the drama, thrills and unforgettable moments from the first ever Michelin 992 Endurance Cup at Spa-Francorchamps. The venerable Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car. Machines renowned for their raw power and agility in sprint races across the world. Remarkably, they are competing for the first time in an endurance race solely for them. These more than 500 horsepower one-make cup vehicles have thrilled us in countless short bursts of speed. Today it's a different challenge. For the drivers, the teams and indeed the machinery. A test of reliability, strategy, stamina over 12 hours. A great concept that hasn't happened overnight. The inaugural Michelin 992 Endurance Cup is powered by Porsche Motorsport and is a true Porsche event. And that's evidenced by the presence of more than 350 Porsches in the paddocks. This includes 911s and other models from the Porsche track experience, as well as those brought along by members of the Porsche Club Francorchamps, who've all come together for this event. But we've got plenty more space in the paddock, so if you'd like to bring your Porsche along next year, wait for the date and then get planning.
Yeah, I think approximately a year the idea is born by one of my colleagues to do a one-make series with Porsche. The talks with Porsche went on, and yeah, one later we are here with 30 Porsche one-make 992 on the grid. So it is actually, Porsche told us this is the first 12-hour race for this kind of car. Yeah, this is something as part of something really special. This is, as again, the first one-make series in its kind. So we have a plan next year, in the same date, the next one. So it's really exciting. You feel also the exciting from the team with this new concept, and just look around and ask around. You feel thrilled. So I hope we have that in 12 hours as well.
And what a brilliant venue for this first event. Spa-Francorchamps, a classic environment for Formula One and for endurance. Corners that are household names: Eau Rouge, Blanchimont, Stavelot and the rest. Set in the magnificent Ardennes forest in Belgium, this track is a challenge for driver, machines and teams. First opened in 1921, it's now just over 4 miles or 7.004 kilometres long, and the altitude difference is over 100 metres. It's well nicknamed the Ardennes roller coaster.
I was really hoping to do Eau Rouge for the first time in the dry, but that was just not how it panned out, so I did it in the soaking wet on rain tires this morning, so let's do it at night. Yeah, we might get one of the 30 sunny days here in Spa that I've heard so much about, so really hoping for some good conditions, but honestly, we're here for whatever the weather wants to bring us. I'm here for the whole experience.
I think Spa is so unique because it's so variable as you go across the course. Every single corner has a different climate. There's microclimates happening all over the track. There's dry areas. It's raining in one area, it's sunny in another. So really keeps you on your toes, pushes you as a driver, and that's really what we're here for, is for that development, that experience to, you know, really maximize the experience that we get here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's new for all of us here, which is exciting. So yeah, big challenge. But yeah, love the track. Super high speed, super fast. Very different to some of the tracks back home, and you know, although most of us run this car back home, it's a different tyre than what we run back home. So yeah, pretty cool, and yeah, let's just see how it plays out.
It's you know, it's 7.2 kilometers long. The track doesn't stop. You get the idea. You have to do 20 more laps. You get the call from the team, and then yeah, the 20 laps are still quite long. You know, it's I came from Zolder last weekend, 24 hours, and yeah, 22 laps there is 3 kilometers, or 3 kilometers a lap. Here it's 7.2, something like this, or 7. So it's quite a big difference. And yeah, everything about this track is awesome. You know, Eau Rouge is amazing. Yeah, I love it here.
Qualifying is where we establish who gets the coveted pole position. This session divided into 3 parts, 13 minutes each, 3 drivers per team pushing the cars to their limit. They put down their fastest lap on the circuit and the best lap per driver counts, and then you average them all out, and the best average has pole position. In endurance racing, the results from qualifying aren't just about securing a spot on the grid. They can provide a psychological edge, giving teams the confidence that they know they have the pace to compete over a longer distance. And a strong qualifying performance means starting ahead of potential traffic, avoiding early battles and problems that could lead to unnecessary risks. Qualifying can be the first step towards mastering the many challenges that lie ahead over the hours of intense racing to come. Team Neuhofer Rennsport, number 86, 3rd position. Got a great start into qualifying with a lap time of 2 minutes 31 in Q1. They fought their way back into the top 3 with strong times in Q2 and Q3. In 2nd place, the number 4 Michelin Motorsport entry. They've got endurance racing expert Jeroen Blekemolen in their lineup. He's won the 24 hours of the Nürburgring in the past, and he put down a fantastic lap time. After a close battle, the team from Germany is only 0.2 of a second behind the pole sitter. And just a blink of an eye that put the Max Kreuzer racing team onto the best starting position on the grid. The number 8 Porsche has snatched pole position with an outstanding 2 minutes 20.837 in the 3rd part of qualifying. That was the 3rd fastest time overall in qualifying. Smiling faces in the pit lane. Congratulations to Max Kreuzer Racing.
Yeah, it was hard. We were on fire the whole practice. I think we took the right decision in Q1 to take the risk and go on slicks, and that worked out throughout Q2 and Q3, of course. And I just wanted to draw within the lines on my last 2 laps. No, don't take any risk on track limits, and just bring it home in a good time and take that pole position, which is amazing.
In Pro-Am, on the pole is the number 99 Belgian racing team. Just a 1/10 of a second behind the overall 3rd place Neuhofer Rennsport team. That's a great starting position on the 2nd row. In the AM class, it's a Michelin Motorsport Porsche that takes pole position. Been a brilliant performance by the German team. They have 3 cars in the race, and they've qualified 2nd overall, 3rd in Pro-Am, and the pole sitter in the AM class, and they're all within the top 8. Welcome to Saturday. This is race day. Oh, I love the moments before an endurance race. They are thick with tension. Everybody looking forward to what the race will bring them. The grid, a hive of activity. There's an underlying stillness, though, a collective breath being held, if you will. Let's hear from the pole sitters. Max Kreuzer Racing.
Quite used to this track and to this startings here. So, yeah, the short run is an advantage, of course. And leading the field into La Source and Eau Rouge is good. Let's see if we can gain a bit of space into Eau Rouge, that we have the Camel Straight also a bit of free air. But yeah, let's see, the race is long, 12 hours. Just keep it in one piece and have a nice race.
There are a lot of drivers here who are used to Porsche Carrera Cup and Super Cup sprint races. This 12-hour race is going to be a special experience for them.
It's a different vibe for sure for endurance racing, and especially like if you do one like full stint, pushing, and then realize you need to get back in the car again. it's definitely a different sport. But I mean, at the end of the day, we just want to get in the car, drive as fast as possible, keep it on the black stuff, and hopefully make it to the end. And that's at the end. Either you do sprint or endurance. There are many things in common. So in that way, we're still racers and we still push until the very end, and that's what matters the most, I think.
Even for the teams and drivers who know Creventic events well, this is something very different.
I mean, the biggest difference is the amount of cars. Here with the Cup cars, it's 30 Cup cars in the regular Creventic races, except of Dubai, where you have more GT3 cars. But most of the time we are racing against 15 other GT3s, and here is 30 Cup cars with all the same engine and same power, so this makes it more interesting.
Let's go to 5th position on the grid, Black Falcon. They've got ambitions to be further up than where they start.
Yeah, I mean, 12-hour race is pretty long, so let's see how we can do the race through the 12 hours, and then at the end we will see how we are standing.
Well, we've already mentioned Michelin Motorsport. They've got 3 cars on the grid, so are their biggest rivals coming from their own garages?
No, we're definitely working together today, so it's kind of cool to have both cars represented by American drivers that race back home in America. So yeah, no, we'll work together. Obviously, different class. One's a Pro-Am car, and one's an Am car. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Let's just see how it plays out over 12 hours.
Another team with several cars on the grid, MRS GT. Nick Damon is down there. Let's hear from Madeline Stewart.
Oh, I'm loving it. This is just so surreal to be here. This track is insane. It's as amazing as everybody says it is. It totally lives up to its expectations. So absolutely fantastic to be here. I can't thank Therese enough for making this all happen, and MRS for having us. And yeah, just being here. This is my first European race and my first long race. So a whole bunch of new experiences for me. So it should be a lot of fun.
No code 60s in this race, as is normal in Creventic racing. We have a safety car instead. That will change strategy. Here's Paul Truswell.
It's a very different kind of problem to solve. We have to stay on the lead lap. That's the key thing. Unlike a normal Creventic race where you can manipulate things a little bit more, we've got to stay on the lead lap because of the risk that there's going to be a safety car. So changes the strategy a little bit, but I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
History about to be made. Here's the start grid. Max Kreuzer Racing, number 8, and Michelin Motorsport on row 1. Behind them, Neuhofer Rennsport and Belgium Racing. 5th and 6th on the 3rd row, Black Falcon Team 38 and their sister Black Falcon Team. And the 4th row, 2 sister cars. In 7th place, it's the Pro-Am team of Michelin Motorsport, and the Am team of the German racing squad is in 8th. As the coolest safety and pace car in history, and I will take no arguments about that, pulls off. That is a Porsche 918 Spider, one of the original hypercars. That will lead the cars around, and the anticipation is palpable. This is more than just the start of a race. It's a beginning of a battle against time, and we are making history. Stand by for action. The lights go out, and we are racing in the 992 Endurance Cup, powered by Porsche Motorsport. The Michelin tyres cars go down to the first corner. Decent start. Oh, there's a problem in midfield. And the Neuhofer Rennsport cars had a great start, but there are cars in the gravel. That's Michelin Motorsport that has a puncture on the left front. And, oh my goodness me, people are still racing there, but that's an awful start for the Am class car. That's the number 21 machine, the blue and white of Michelin Motorsport. That is not the way to start a 12-hour race. A devastating start for the pole sitter in the Am class. And now just under 4 miles or 7 kilometres to get back to the pit lanes. Tyler Hoffman limping back on the rim. The leaders, of course, are off down the road, and it's quite difficult to see what happened there, but certainly there was other cars involved, including one going off into the gravel. Oh, Tyler, that is going to take a long time to come around. That is a damaged front left suspension for the H&R sponsored Michelin car. Still, they've got nearly 12 hours to try and make it back. It was the number 56 Ansel Motors Porsche that was involved with Michelin at La Source the first time around. They ended up in the gravel but have pulled away in the Michelin Motorsport car, now a lap down. That is horrible news. At the front of the field, Max Kreuzer Racing from pole leads ahead of the number 4 Michelin Motorsport car. They're having a much better start to the race. And in third, Neuhofer Racing. That's Black Falcon in 4th position. The first Pro-Am team in 5th is Belgium Racing. And the Breukers family outing, Red Camel Jordan, in 6th position. So a good start for the leaders. Notwithstanding that little issue at the first corner, we've got a long way to go. Endurance racing seldom won in the first couple of laps. Down towards Les Combes for the leading cars. Beginning to string out just a little bit. Oh no, there's a little bit of a challenge for second place. Meanwhile, Tyler Hoffman has made it back into the pit lane. Got to say that left-hand front suspension does not look good. Already dropped way, way down and been lapped by the leaders. What's happened here? The leader, Paul Meyer, now down to 5th position in the red, white and black number 8. He was the pole sitter. Now, he's obviously had a problem somewhere on the circuit. He's already back up to speed, though. I don't see any problem with the car as he heads onto the Camel Straight. It's been a good start for the number 99, Jan Lorison of Belgium Racing, currently in 6th position, leading the Pro-Am class. And behind him now, Paul Meyer, another 2 positions lost. Maybe he's got a problem on the Porsche. In fact, yes, hearing from the team that there's an ABS problem on that car that is slowing him down. Oh, just on 10 laps, and there's real drama here for Eduardo Menosi, MRS GT Racing Porsche number 88. 3 wheels on his wagon. The left rear has made its bid for freedom just as he was coming. Oh, it's already lost it as he comes on to the Camel Straight. Oh, my goodness me. Not what you need so early in the race. The Marshal's doing a great job and snatching that vehicle with the grab, bring it back to the pit lane. It's been an up and down first stanza to the race for Paul Meyer. Started on pole position. He's got pace now, though, in that mostly white pole-sitting car. Dropped down to 7th. Don't know whether he's driving around the ABS problem or he's had a reset with help from the pits. He's on the extreme right of our picture here. You almost can't see him. He can't. He can't go around the outside of 2 cars at Les Combes. He can! And he's back up from 7th to 5th. It says 007 on the screen, but he's got the license to thrill, and he's up to 5th place. And Paul Meyer's chase towards... well, back towards the front continues. He's in the rear-view mirror now of Felix Neuhofer as they come down to La Source, weaving left and right. Dives up the inside and makes that position up. That's back to 4th now for the pole sitter. At the front, since Paul Meyer lost the lead, Martin Rump from Michelin Motorsport, the number 4 Porsche. Well, very consistent driving from Martin. And he's ahead of Christopher Meese in the Black Falcon team in 2nd. And they've pulled a bit of a gap to the rest of the field. This is a great example of the 2 Pro-Am cars from Belgium Racing working together. Jan Lorison and Cubby de Broeke both now breathing down the neck of Felix Neuhofer, doing everything they can do to make his life as difficult as possible. And they are trying to go through. Oh, that's great stuff. They've literally sandwiched the Austrian. He's got no choice but to let the cars go through. 4th and 5th now for Belgium Racing. How about this for a story in the AM class? With the Boerkamp started in 20th position for Team GP Elite. He's fought his way through the field. He's leading the AM class, but he's 8th overall and chasing down the 6th and 7th place cars of Belgium Racing and Tierra Outdoor Racing. We're just about an hour into the race and the leading team, Michelin Motorsport, into the pit lane. This is not for fuel and tyres. This is a drive-through penalty. 33 seconds will be lost. That's going to cost him the lead. He'll come out somewhere in 5th or 6th position. And the new leader is Black Falcon Team 48 Lush. So first scheduled pit stops taking place. The 2nd place team of Red Camel Jordan.nl have been into the pit lane. Rick Broikis has got out. Let's hear what he thinks about some changes in the regulations.
It's amazing. I really like the new format that they put on, and it's really nice that we have a safety car. I think it will mix up the race a bit. The fuel rigs in the pit lane are also, I think, a nice addition. it seems like it's a much closer race than we are used to. Also means that any mistake will probably cost you the race. So we have to be perfect, and that's what we try to do. It was amazing. I started P13, and I think after the first lap we were P6 or P7, and then finally we drove all the way to P3. We were closing in a little bit on the end to P1, but just very small margins. Now Fabian is in the car. We will just try to stay in the lead lap, and then hopefully on the end we can push to get a podium or even better.
Rick's mentioned it, so here's the changes. Normally in Creventic, a dedicated refuelling area is outside of the pit lane. Here, every team has a fueling rig of their own. The fueling time is 60 seconds, no matter how much fuel goes into the car. So no splash and dash at the end. During fueling, nobody can touch the car, so Michelin tyres are changed first. Creventic believe that this innovation will keep on-track competition much closer throughout the 12-hour event. The problem is out of Piff Path, turn 13, and that's the leader in the AM class. That's GP Elite. This is a huge moment in the race. Full course yellow first, which transitions to, for the first time ever in Creventic racing, a safety car. Unlike a code 60, which keeps the gaps between cars intact, the safety car will bunch up the entire field, so all that hard work to build up seconds or even minutes, it's gone. The leading Black Falcon team has lost almost 2 minutes on this 4-mile circuit. All the teams have had to decide whether to take a pit stop, the pits stay open, or stay out and try and make the best of the restart with a bunched up field. Take a deep breath now as we go to the restart. The 48 Black Falcon team Lush car. No, Negos. Oh, brilliant restart in that green and grey car. He's caught everybody napping, pulled out a huge lead. There are some lapped cars mixed in there, including the 11th placed H&R sponsored Mulner car. It's just come through to second in the line, but that car has lost laps. Let's keep an eye on the orange and black machine coming through the field. Sasha Norden, number 99, lapping a little bit quicker than the leader at the moment, but has traffic and is trying to close down. Oh, the Mulner car from 11th place goes into the pits, was second in line. That was a bit of an eye-opener. Looks like Norden has a quicker package at the moment and is trying to close down on the leader. It's been a good run from Sasha Norden, and he's right with the leader now. Can he put more pressure on? Down to Pouon. Great pace shown by Sasha Norden in the Belgian racing car. Remember, this is a Pro-Am car down the inside at Brussels, and a new leader of the race. It is that copper orange coloured car. The green number 233 from Lap Time Performance took over the lead in the AM class after the crash about an hour ago of Team GP Elite. They got themselves up to second place overall at one stage and were in the top 10 before Reinhold Kron had to bring the car in for a scheduled pit stop. That puts Neuhofer Rennsport in the lead of the AM class with the number 85. That's the black and highlighter yellow car. 4 hours in, 93 laps completed. Black Falcon Team 48 Loesch with Noah Nagelstieg leads by about 23 seconds from Red Camel Jordan Dottenel. It is Luke Breukers there. Then the best of the Pro-Ams, Tierra Outdoor Racing, the two Belgian racing team also in Pro-Am. And look in 7th place, Neuhofer Racing, Eric Kwong, coming over from Porsche Carrera Cup Asia, leading in the AM class. Top 10 made up by the other Neuhofer car, Max Kreuzer Racing and Kay Kramer Racing. As we settle into the middle part of the race, let's remind ourselves of the excitement of the first 4 hours. Remarkably, after over 4 hours, the two cars that were on the front row of the grid are still battling. But now, instead of being first and second, or indeed second and first as they run now, they're in the early teens as far as the positions are concerned. Martin Rump in the blue and white Michelin Motorsport car has Paul Meyer back behind the wheel of the number 8. That great red and white car with its problems earlier on, now just a mere memory. And Paul Meyer appears to have some real pace as he heads onto the Camel Straight. He's in the aerodynamic hole that's been pushed in the air by that blue and white car, pulls out to the right-hand side as he comes into Les Combes and once again does the outside manoeuvre. We saw him do that earlier on and make up 2 positions, but now that's put him just on the outskirts of the top 10. Great driving. Different pit strategies has seen Sacha Norden of Belgium Racing lead. He's done a pretty perfect stint and he's spent 20 laps or thereabouts in the lead, 40 seconds to the second place Neuhofer Rennsport team. He will, however, have to come into the pit shortly. In second place, Robert Renard has been driving very well, lapping just as quick as Sacha Norden, not gaining but not losing either. However, he will have to come back into the pit lane soon. The long-time leader, Black Falcon, number 48, Loesch, currently sitting in third. In close contention, though, to the 2 teams we've just mentioned. Sacha Norden and Robert Renard, remember, have to come to the pit soon. That will put the Black Falcon team back in the lead. Sacha Norden now out of the car. Let's hear what he's got to say about the race.
Yeah, very happy. I think the safety car was quite a lucky safety car for us. Quite a lot of people to overtake, but luckily Carrera Cup Benelux prepared me for it. We've had a fair few safety car restarts, and yeah, you just have to be sharp. You have to push. You have to go for it. And I'm quite happy with what I did this stint. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really fun. It's just a 12-hour Carrera Cup race, and I already love Carrera Cup racing, so it's even better. And yeah, the atmosphere with the team and everything, it's really amazing. So it's really enjoyable.
It's been very character building for MRS GT. This particular car's been through a lot already, several metres of tape, cable ties. They've had several up and downs already. Let's go to Diana Binks, who's with Alex Sedgwick from the team.
Yeah, we had a bit of contact on the start when Nick was in the car, so we've had a few issues with that since, just battling some understeer from it. But the team's done a great job at sort of slowly patching the car up every stop without trying to obviously lose too much time being stationary. Kind of playing or adjusting a little bit our strategy as we go as a result to make some time back up. But yeah, trying to double stint as much as we can. I was on standby just in case, obviously with the temperature getting a lot hotter than it has been so far. But Madeline's doing a good job. She's going to do another stint, and then I think it will either be me or Therese will jump back in after. So far so good. Need a bit of luck, but hopefully it should come to us. We've got a good team. Ronald, our engineer, has a lot of experience. He's done a great job with what we've got. So no, I think so far with everything that's been going on, we've run a pretty good race. Obviously, it's all about, Therese especially getting experience in endurance racing. Everyone's getting faster and faster and learning more. So far, so good. And yeah, I think we're a little bit further down than where we should be, but we've still got a lot of time to make it up, obviously.
Well, this is worse news as the black and silver Porsche from MRS is going into the garage. Never a good sign. And it's the under tray beneath the engine. The drivers desperately trying to get it reattached. Great pit work from MRS GT. Under 10 minutes, they've fixed the loose under tray, and the 90 is back in the race. Neuhofer Racing still leading comfortably in the AM class, ahead of Team Lap Time Performance. It's more than a lap now back to the green car. Dylan Yip behind the wheel for his first stint, and he is inside the top 10 with his teammates in the number 85. Car in the gravel and unable to move at the moment on driver's right. It's the 233, second in the AM class, lap time performance. And that is Reinhold Kran. They'll get that car out of the gravel, but that is going to interrupt the race again. Leader into the pits, the Black Falcon Team 48 Loesch, Tobias Müller, handing the car over to Luke Hartog. With Tobias out the car, let's have a chat with him in the pit lane.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite, I would not say it easy. We are pushing hard for the lead, actually. But yeah, the outside temperature is quite high at the moment, and yeah, we are here for the win. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's hard when you're driving always at the limit. The competition is high here at the 992 Endurance Cup. That was clear, but we are giving our best, and yeah, this is what we do.
Regulations dictate that unless it's a short yellow, any full course neutralisations are upgraded to a safety car for a couple of laps. The 918 Spider has no problem picking its way through the field. It handles very well indeed. It's got plenty of power. Luke Hartog, the grey and green car, has lost time, of course, as we bunch the field back up again. As the Spider disappears, it's down to Luke to decide when to go. Oh, he's gone early, really early. And that's again caught everyone else by surprise. There's lap cars in there. And where's the second place car? What, 2, 3, 4 cars back? Brilliant restart from Luke Hartog. He's pulled out a massive lead. And, well, it's not exactly how far he had in the past, but it's pretty close to it. QMMF by HRT. The Kata team have had a great first half of the race. Started from P18 up to 11th now, second in the AM class. If they continue with this consistently fast and mistake-free run, this could be even greater success from the team from Kata. We've been talking about the penalty box. Here it is in front of garage number 3. Another change here, it's not the team that does the stopwatch for the countdown, it is race officials for this event. The number 911 Alpha Motorhome team have transgressed too many times, and they are paying their penalty now for their early exuberance. Great support from Porsche Motorsport with over 150 GT3 cars from the Porsche experience. And for the first time, Michelin tyres with Creventic Racing, adding more reliability to the 12-hour race.
Super happy, super happy. Porsche is one of our dearest partners, so it's very important that we support Creventic, especially in a one-make series like this one. It was super important for us to be here, equip the 992s with our specific N3 and 3R tire, and we hope everybody's having fun out there. Yeah. Well, we're quite familiar with the tire. We've had it for a few years. It's worked incredibly well, especially at Spa and other tracks as well. Now, this is a more endurance type of race, but the philosophy is Michelin is always having tires that last a long time and that perform well over time as well, so that we don't have any loss of performance, or at least very little loss of performance over time. So it's working really well. I mean, some people are single stinting, some people are double stinting. And it looks like it's going really well. We have very little issues, and I mean, I haven't seen one, but I'm guessing everything is going really, really well. Oh, it's a lot of tires. We work together with our distributor here, Kronos. I think we brought about 2,000 tires here, so it's been a huge, I would say, logistical hassle. It's not really hassle. We're used to it, but for sure, it's a mix of rain and dry. Today it's dry. Yesterday it was raining, and in Spa you never know. So.
More drama with the car stranded on the circuit. That's MRS GT again. This is Madeline Stewart in the number 90 car, which had the issues earlier on with the rear under tray. And this will neutralise the race again. And it's the left rear wheel that's gone missing. Car back in the pits from the flatbed. Bad luck for the team.
The hub problem unfortunately resulted in the wheel coming off of the car, which obviously is very dangerous for the drivers. Unfortunately, we found out that this chassis has not been maintained properly, and that's what happens when you don't do the recommended maintenance. The car is over hours, and if you do the proper maintenance, these cars go all day. My car at home is 110 hours on it and runs great, but you have to do the recommended maintenance. So having it be a wheel nut failure and seeing the condition of the other wheel nuts, I elected to not risk the safety of my other drivers. I did put this program together, and for me, safety is more important. So given that we lost the wheel and somebody could have got hurt, I had to make the very tough decision to walk away from the rest of the race. But I'm just really sad because the pace was there. We were able to put it on pole in Pro-Am before we got that infringement. But no, the damage that you're seeing on the car is just the rubber and sort of all of the
the scars and battles that you get from 12 hours of racing.
Whilst the race is under yellow flag, Luke Hartog comes in from the lead, and that's new Michelin tyres, and he'll take a full tank of racing fuel. Stays in the car though. H2H Racing team in the pits as well. This is a Belgian team. They've been quite quiet so far, but have worked their way up thanks to consistently fast lap times and a smart strategy. Luke Hartog, after that pit stop under yellow, still leading by about a minute and a half for Black Falcon. What a great battle we've had in Pro-Am. It's been a fierce battle for the lead between three teams, two Belgian racing cars and a pristine gold and white Porsche of Dutch Tierra Outdoor Racing. It's the number 33 car. They got up to 4th position overall. And in the AM class, we've got a dominant team emerging. The Neuhofer Racing Squad leading the class now for over 70 laps with a comfortable margin of over a minute to its closest pursuers. Behind the leading Black Falcon Racing team, action heating up. One team that's had a difficult race so far, Max Kreuzer Racing, which started on pole position. Now, with several issues and incidents, they are in 8th position. Tom Coronel behind the wheel. Back to Red Camel Jordan.nl and back to the Breukers family. Team owner and father Ivo Breukers with his two sons Rick and Luke and Fabian Dance. Good race so far. Their team of part-time mechanics are almost unbeatable. Really up among the best when it comes to pit stop. 5th place overall, a chance for the top 3. Battle for 4th and 5th overall. The two dominating Pro-Am teams, Tierra Outdoor Racing, the 33 white car behind them. The almost copper and black machine of Belgium Racing. That's Hans Weiss versus Jan Lauritsen. Weiss squeezing everything out of his car to try and stay ahead. Coming down the hill to Brussels. Keeps the car to the apex. Nice job. Little mistake there from Lauritsen. That will cost him a few cars lengths, but that car does seem to have the pace at the moment. Very lucky to get away with not damaging his right-hand side Michelins as he went off the circuit there. Now down at the hairpin. The battle is finally broken up as that 5th place car goes into the pit lane. Penalty for the number 99 Porsche. Max Kreuzer Racing in the pit lane with the number 8 Porsche. Tom Coronel's done a really good stint and had the car back up in 5th position. Right now, we're in the middle of pit stops, so the race is very dynamic. There'll be positional changes coming up and a bit of shuffling around in the next few minutes. Two-thirds race distance in time, 184 laps down. What a race it's been. And Black Falcon Team 48 Lush leads the H2H Racing machine by, well, just around about 2 minutes and 20 seconds with Red Camel Jordan.nl in 3rd. They're all top-class teams. Then the Pro-Am leader, Tierra Outdoor Racing by HWM. Belgium Racing also in that class in 5th. Look at 8th position. That's the AM leader, Neuhofer Rennsport. Bajin Long, one of the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia drivers who have come over. That's a great run from them. The Michelin 992 Endurance Cup has proved difficult even before the race got started. Wet weather conditions in practice in the first part of qualifying took its toll on the Alpha Motor Home bright yellow machine. The car was a write-off. Fortunately, they got a replacement car, though the doors lived on to race. In the race itself, it's been no less hectic for these machines. No such problems for the leading Black Falcon team. Been at the front for several hours now, and they have really looked after their car. No major damages. That car looks as though it's rolled off the truck. Tobias Müller, currently sitting behind the wheel, has put a lap on the whole field up to 3rd. That's the H2H Racing team. Neuhofer Rennsport have been up and down the rankings. Other teams in the pits have promoted them up to 2nd, but they've got to do their next scheduled stop as well. Creventic Series regular Alfred Renard part of this team. He's down in the pit lane with Diana Binks.
So far, a nice race. Unfortunately, we had this puncture 1 hour ago, but we try to fight back. I don't know where we are at the moment, but it's still 3 hours to go, or 3.5 hours, and we hope for a good result.
Tierra Outdoor Racing doing a fabulous job so far. 5th in the overall standings, leading the Pro-Am class. And here's Job Rapanga going down the inside of the GP Elite. Oh, they touch! Down at the bottom of the hill. I think they've both got away with that. Was there a little touch here? Oh, it's more than a little touch, as Job was trying to go through. He's in the white number 33. Hopefully no damage to that car. Well, they both seem to have continued at racing speed. No harm, no foul. Almost 9 hours into the race, H2H Racing in the black and red car have fought their way into second position. But Fabian Dance in the red Camel is closing them down up over the top of Radeon. Quite clearly, that number 8 car is gaining. Dance has now caught Guillaume Mondron in the H2H Racing car. The darker machine holding second position. Dance has been taking a couple of seconds a lap. And H2H in the pits. Red Camel back into second. In the Pro-Am class, Tierra Outdoor Racing. Good performance. Still leading. Their closest contenders, Belgian Racing, about a lap behind them now. Belgian Racing in the pits in this epic battle in the Pro-Am category. Now they need a slick pit stop here, and they're not getting it. Problem with the left rear wheel. Oh, this is time being lost in that battle. They're doing a brake change, doing a brake pad change, and that will cost them some time. In the AM class, we have a real story unfolding here. I've just checked, and QMMF by HRT, the team from Qatar, were down in 20th at one point. 10 hours gone now. They're 12th overall and 2nd in class. QMMF stands for the Qatari Motorsport and Motorcycling Federation. They've had wins in their region, but never in Europe. Oh, there's been a heavy crash at Radeon. That's the, well, one of the MRS GT cars. That will bring out a full course caution, and there's going to be quite a bit of work for the marshals to repair the tyre barrier. This will bring out the safety car again. Good news for those who need to catch up. It's not so good for the teams who had gaps back to their challengers. Tobias Müller in the Black Falcon Porsche will lead them round to the restart as the sun has gone down here in the Ardennes and we race into the twilight for the closing stages. Müller weaving left and right, but has got his foot down, and this is a very good restart again as he was controlling the pace of the field. Comes down to La Source, the headlights gleaming in our cameras. It's much darker than the cameras make it look. As we get back to racing here at Spa, this is going to be a new challenge for all of the drivers on track in the Michelin 992 Endurance Cup, powered by Porsche Motorsport. Reduced visibility, you know, track that is renowned for being complex. The sweeping turns of Eau Rouge and Radeon, even more treacherous now as the shadows and indeed full darkness stretch across the asphalt. This is endurance racing at its most intense at Spa-Francorchamps in complete darkness. Many drivers who are used to only doing 30 to 45 minutes of racing, this is a completely new experience. Whilst the safety car hurt the leaders overall, it has helped Team QMMF by HRT. The number 31 car with Julian Hanses behind the wheel is right with the leader in the AM class. That's Dylan Yip now behind the wheel of the Neuhofer Rennsport car. Bright lights coming towards Le Com. I can't tell which car's in the lead of that class as they sweep through. And it is the Qataris who've gone through. QMMF, the number 31, take the lead. In the overall situation, we have a fabulous scrap going on in the darkness for the second place. Red Camel Jordan.NL, the number 9. Neuhofer Rennsport, the 86, and Max Kreuzer Racing, the number 8. Why I'm telling you the numbers, I'm sure you can't see them in the darkness, but trust me, they are having a brilliant battle. They've been at this for a number of laps. Very tight racing indeed. This is outstanding, competitive but fair driving. Robert Renauer is in the black car closest to our camera. You're going to have to trust me on that. He's trying the outside move at the chicane. That won't work. Oh, no, it has. It absolutely has. And he's gone past Luke Breukers and taken second place. Paul Meyer of Max Cruiser Racing has also gone past Luke Breukers, but he's going to have to pit anyway in a few moments' time. What a shame to have to break up this fabulous battle.
I was in a really good rhythm. Things were going well. It was starting to go dark. So I was trying to get into the rhythm, and then the safety car came and everything just scrambled. And I had the lights in the back, and there was the pressure for P2. So and I had fast guys in the back like Robert, and Paul Meyer was also very quick. So, but we're still in the race and still a chance. And we got the fastest pit stop.
Not just the drivers, of course, who have played their part throughout this fabulous Michelin 992 Endurance Cup powered by Porsche Motorsport at Spa-Francorchamps. The team has had to do their bit. Slick pit stops, problem solving. And the Black Falcon team have done exactly that as the 60 seconds count down from the fueling. This should be their last scheduled pit stop. And they've got pretty much a whole lap on the field now. Here's a bit of strategy playing out now for second position. Max Cruiser Racing into the pits. They've taken fuel only. They're going to push those Michelin tyres to the end. That saves them time, and this could score them second position ahead of Red Camel. Great race for the Belgian racing team. Good performance from all of the crew. Well thought strategy. Looks like third and second place for them in the hard-fought Pro-Am class. First place in Pro-Am will go to Tierra Outdoor Racing, the number 33. A comfortable margin back to those two Belgian racing cars. 3 laps, the margin. A deserved victory there. The AM class is very close indeed, particularly for second position. Neuhofer Racing just 3 seconds ahead of Seb Lejeune Racing. However, the winners in the AM class, QMMF by HRT. The team from Qatar, an incredible comeback, and they have built a whole lap's lead to Neuhofer Racing. The checkered flag is readied for the winners of the inaugural Michelin 992 Endurance Cup, powered by Porsche Motorsport, with Max Cruiser Racing in second place, easing off at the end to save fuel. The Black Falcon number 48 Lush team have lapped the whole field, spending 212 of 276 laps in the lead. Flawless pit stops, quick driver changes, never any risk of being in an accident. Joe Bradley is with Tobias Muller.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great effort, a great win. I mean, you can see the boys are quite happy. It was a very good race, tough race to be honest. But yeah, at the end we have 1 lap. We have 1 lap with 1 lap the leading car. The lineup was very good. My teammates were very good. The boys, perfect work at the pit stops, and yeah.
A brilliant final stint from Luke Hartog. He was great in the middle of the race as well. The man who leads Porsche Carrera Cup North America. Let's hear from the other teams on the podium. Joe's in Parc Fermé with Paul Meyer of Max Cruiser Racing in second.
Not really expected to be back here after the first hour, going back to 23rd, I guess. It was a crazy ride. We pushed like hell, all of us, to come back, and yeah, we did it as a team. We had a nice lead the first few laps. I was gaining time on everybody, and then suddenly everything went black, and no steering systems, no ABS, nothing. So I locked up everywhere, and I had that for 4 times. So flat spot, the tires were completely done, and there was like an electronic problem, which they solved in the box in the first stop.
It worked mega. Everybody the same car, everybody the same chances, same tires, all is the same. So it's also difficult to overtake. But finally to have almost 30 cars here on the grid, I'm sure next year, 50, 100%.
Spread the word.
We'll be back.
No, in the middle part of the race we had a bit of bad luck with the safety car not coming out, but in the end I think we didn't have any penalties. We had quite okay pace, so we are really happy with P3. I think it's the best we could do for today.
Time now for the formalities. We've experienced 12 hours of relentless racing. Time to honour the champions for the Michelin 992 Endurance Cup. In third, Red Camel Jordan.nl. Second, after a race full of setbacks and comebacks, Max Kreuzer Racing. And the winners of the first Michelin 992 Endurance Cup. Congratulations to Black Falcon Team 48 Lurch. Time for the champagne. Confirmation of the results. Black Falcon from Max Kreuzer Racing and Red Camel Jordan.nl. A full lap on the whole field by the winners. Neuhofer Racing in fourth, then the Pro-Am winners Tierra Outdoor Racing, Mulder Motorsport in a creditable sixth. From the second placed in Pro-Am Belgian Racing, Max Kreuzer in eighth. QMMF by HRT take the AM class win, their first outside of the region. Huge story that, and making up the top 10, Belgian Racing's number 98, third in their class. It's been a fabulous event and a great race. The Michelin 992 Endurance Cup has delivered a thrilling chapter in motorsport history. As the flat six engines cool and the dust settles, we'll look back at a race that will be remembered for its heart-stopping moments, incredible performances, right from the green flag to the checkered. Every lap was a testament to the skill and determination of the drivers and teams. Congratulations to the winners. They've not only conquered the track, but have etched their names into the legacy of the brand new Michelin 992 Endurance Cup.